I'm Anil Kumar and we are considering transformation of quadratic functions. The question here is, if f of x equals to x minus 2 times x plus 3, determine the x-intercepts of each function. So we are given three transformed functions. We need to figure out how will this x-intercept get transformed on these functions. You can actually pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now what we are given here is function f of x equals to x minus 2 times x plus 3. So what are the x-intercepts? So x-intercepts are at x equals to, when this is 0, that is at 2, and the other function is 0 at x equals to minus 3. So these are the two x-intercepts, right? So you could also write them as 2, 0, 2 is the x value, and minus 3, 0, right? Y value 0 at the x-intercept. Now we need to find the x-intercept for these transformed functions. Now if you look at the first transform function, what is the transformation? Vertical stretch by a factor of 2 and horizontally 2 units to left. So here each point, the x values, the transformation is kind of like this. X and y values will get transformed to x value becomes x minus 2 and the y value becomes 2 times y, right? So if I apply this transformation, then what happens to the x-intercepts? Y values are 0, multiplying by 2 does not change them. The x value should be minus 2, so 2 minus 2 is 0, so we get that 0, and the other one will be at minus 5, 0, right? So the x-intercepts for here will be, so x-intercepts will be at x equals to 0 and minus 5. Okay, let's do the next one. In this case, x-intercept will be minus 2. That means x values get multiplied by minus half, correct? So the x-intercepts will be 2 times minus half, which is minus 1, and the other one will be minus 3 times minus half, that is 3 over 2, right? So we can write down the x-intercepts for this as x-intercepts will be at minus 1, 0 and at 3 over 2, 0. Perfect. Now let's look into the last equation. Here we are given y equals to 2 f of minus x minus 1. We need to factor it properly to write down the equation. We'll take minus x common, so we get x plus 1. Okay. Now the transformation of point is the xy on the original gets transformed to x value becomes negative, right? And that means negative 1. That is how the x values get changed. Do you see that? And the y values gets multiplied by 2. So therefore the original x-intercepts were 2, 0. That gets transformed to minus 2 and then minus 1. So it becomes minus 3, 0. The other one, which was at minus 3, 0, negative of 3 is minus 3 is 3, and take away 1 will give us 2, right? So we'll get 2, 0. So the x-intercepts for these transformed functions as written will be these highlighted values, right? So this is for the last one, this is for part B, and that is for part A, right? So that's a very important question. I'd like you to understand how we have got this answer and then move on. Thank you and all the best.